Hey, thanks for tuning in for your daily stock market news updates. Let's start off by talking about the NASDAQ. After a stellar 8-week winning streak, it finally took a breather. But don't worry, it's still on track to have its best first half ever and has already wiped out all the losses it suffered in 2022. The NASDAQ, with its tech-focused companies, is outperforming the S&P 500 this year due to AI-associated names like Nvidia, Symbiotic, and C3 AI, which are skyrocketing. This means investors should buy more QQQ. Now let's talk about the media world. It seems like everyone, including big players like Disney, Warner Bros. Discovery, and Paramount Global, is struggling. But guess who's standing strong? Netflix. They're dominating the game while others are riding the struggle bus. Also, if you hold any electric vehicle stocks, then you want to hear this. Aston Martin just dropped a bombshell. They announced a deal with Lucid that will give them a 3.7% stake in the company. What's the catch? Well, Aston Martin gets access to Lucid's incredible high-performance technology. Talk about a win-win situation. But wait, there's more. Aston Martin's plan is subject to shareholder approval, and if all goes well, they'll issue around 28.4 million new shares to Lucid. On top of that, they'll make phased cash payments totaling approximately $232 million. In other news, IBM is making moves in the cloud software industry. They just announced their acquisition of Apptio for a staggering $4.6 billion. That's a serious investment right there. But that's not all. Blackstone and Prologis are teaming up too. Prologis will be acquiring around 14 million square feet of industrial properties from opportunistic real estate funds affiliated with Blackstone for a cool $3.1 billion. Another update comes from PacWest Bancorp is making headlines as well. They've sold a massive $3.5 billion asset-backed loan portfolio to Ares Management. The first tranche of the deal has already closed, generating a mind-blowing $2 billion in cash proceeds for PacWest. Now, let's shift our attention to the tech world. Snowflake just announced an exciting expanded partnership with none other than Microsoft. This partnership will enable new product integrations across AI, low-code, no-code application development, data governance, and much more. On top of that, Carnival just released their earnings report, and they exceeded expectations. Their earnings per share came in at a loss of 31 cents, beating estimates of a loss of 33 cents, and their revenue reached a staggering $4.9 billion, surpassing expectations of $4.77 billion. Carnival is certainly making waves in the market. Another update involves Goldman Sachs, which recently downgraded Tesla stock from a neutral rating from an original buy rating, but they also raised their price target to $248 from $185. On the flip side, we have Apple stock back at all-time highs, and its market cap is inching closer to the incredible $3 trillion mark. Now, let's dive into some intriguing tech news. Airbnb's CEO, Brian Chesky, issued a challenge to tech leaders, proclaiming his strength and agility. He said that he would challenge any leader in tech to bench press. Meanwhile, Mark Zuckerberg has officially agreed to a cage fight with Elon Musk. Another update comes from SoftBank's CEO Masayoshi Son, who had an eye-opening revelation. He believes that AI could lead SoftBank out of its rut. The stock popped after an AI-centric investor presentation, and Son wants SoftBank to be at the forefront of the AI revolution. Speaking of booming industries, General Mills is here to satisfy your snack cravings. They recently beat sales growth expectations, with higher prices playing a part in their success. With almost half of U.S. consumers munching on at least 3 snacks a day, snack sales hit a whopping $181 billion last year. Keep an eye out for General Mills' upcoming report. Now let's lace up our sneakers and talk about Nike. The world's largest shoe seller is facing a sneaker problem. Overstock issues have plagued the company, with inventory swelling in recent quarters. Foot Locker, heavily reliant on Nike for sales, had to cut its annual outlook. Looks like there might be a surplus of Nike kicks hitting the market soon. Moving on to the agricultural industry, we have a major merger on the horizon. Bunge and Viterra, two giants in grain shipping and crop processing, plan to merge, creating the world's second-largest agribusiness. However, some farmers are concerned about limited crop competition and potential increases in food prices. The regulatory authorities will have their say, but consolidation seems to be the norm in the carb-heavy world of grain trading and processing. In other news, we have lab-grown meat making its way onto U.S. menus. For the first time, the USDA has approved the sale of cell-grown chicken from 2 companies. It's a breakthrough, but the challenge now is overcoming the ick factor associated with lab-grown food. But these are exciting times for those seeking sustainable alternatives. Lastly, in the legal realm, we have Bristol-Myers Squibb and Merck suing the U.S. government over a Medicare drug pricing law that could have massive financial implications for them. Eli Lilly's CEO also voiced concerns, stating that potential revenue losses could hinder future drug research and development. It's a battle between the pharmaceutical giants and the government. Well, that was a whirlwind of exciting financial news. For more stock market news updates, please like this video and subscribe so you can stay tuned for more updates and keep your eyes on the market. Until next time, happy investing.